Hello and welcome back to Insights. I'm your co-host Blair Fleming, along with Dave Warren, the director of Forerunners. How are you, Dave?
Good.
Good to be here. So what's going on, Dave? What do you got good for us?
Well, just wanted to give a little bit of an update on Forerunners today.
All right.
Recently I was on a trip to the Northeast, and it's really exciting. I think of us wanting to help people minister with greater fruitfulness, and there was one person that had an opportunity to minister with who just really saw just from her past, different things that somehow the enemy had gotten hold of her, that just saw a lot of that broken off and saw her enter more freedom. Now, that was just one step in many steps related to this gal, but praising God that it was a step, and she's finding greater freedom. So, the whole ministry and empower side of things, having an Acts 8 ministry, I love getting that message out there, as well as, in a couple situations, I was asked to speak at two different conferences. One was 50 to 60 leaders. The other one was church people in the Boston area. But in both conferences, people really connected with the idea, believe it or not, of mourning in the Bible and doing it nationally. Now, in James chapter 4, it talks about turn your laughter into mourning, meaning life is a party and things are going well, but if you look at what's going on in your life, hey, you need to get low before the Lord.
Right.
And you need to mourn over the sin and turn from it. So there's that repentance piece that's included in this. But also highlighting in these situations at these conferences, national mourning. Believe it or not, God talks about this, and one place is in Isaiah 22, verses 12 through 14. And God says, I called the people to mourning, but he says instead there's laughter in the streets. And we even get the phrase from Isaiah 22, verse 13, we even get the phrase, eat and drink, for tomorrow we die.
Right.
And it's like God is saying, no, that's not from me. That's not my perspective. I want you to get low before me and humble yourself on behalf of your nation. Now, of course, the Israelites did not do it, and were judged for that.
Right.
Another example of this is Amos chapter 6, where it's a very affluent nation. But in verse 7, it says, because you did not grieve over the nation or mourn over the nation, you'll be the first to go into exile. So God takes this whole thing very seriously. And I'm also reminded of Revelation chapter 18, verse 7, where it says that Babylon refuses to mourn. Babylon is this world system. Again, let's keep the party going.
Right.
And there's not a sense of getting low before the Lord, humbling over the sin, in that case against, or in contrast to, this whole Babylonian world system. So this is a huge theme that we often gloss over in the church, and yet it's there. And so people really connect with this, and in Blair, it was like a couple times where people really did, after the message, really got low before the Lord.
Awesome.
To mourn over specific sins of our nation, as well as turn and be part of the solution. So anyway, it was really a great trip in many respects. Even though some of this is hard to hear, it was still very fruitful.
Anything else you'd like to tell us?
Yeah, I'm really encouraged too by Forerunners staff member Tim Zebel. He has been doing all kinds of writing. I trust that many of the people viewing these Weekly Insights video hit the website and get those most recent articles that he posts, along with a blog here and there that I post. But anyway, Tim is really focusing on cultural issues, and he just got an ebook finished that's at the website, and it's called Fake News. And so why is this such a huge deal, especially when we look at ministry and the mission that we're on in Forerunners of America? Well, it's huge because in Jeremiah chapter 9, it talks about that when we're lying to each other, and fake news is a way of lying, where you're actually fabricating things and trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the population. Fake news is a version of that, and it's very serious in God's eyes when people are being manipulated and deceived. And so anyway, Tim Zebel just got that up on the website, and very excited about that.
All right, Dave, thank you. And thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next week on Insights.